Sometimes I'd rather say crestfallen than heartbroken or disappointed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a word like that.
Yeah.
I like using words like that occasionally, not to be fancy or like I'm so smart, but it's just like it sounds better to me.
Yeah.
But sometimes you run the risk of them being like, some people have never heard the word crestfallen, so they pause to be like, what? Sometimes you just got to say. I had a joke a long time ago where I used to say neurosurgeon, and this is like 15 years ago. I used to like neurosurgeon, and I had to say brain surgeon to make the joke work. It still pisses me off. Well, because I want to say neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
But people have to pause to go, that's the brain guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just got to put it.
And that's kind of what I mentioned that I so admire about you are these words that you use. I mean, you just made an example of the crestfallen. I mean, like this, you are like this artist that paints. When a stand-up tells jokes, and I'm listening to a stand-up comic tell jokes, and I'm laughing at them, it's mostly because I can relate to the situation they're in, or if they're making fun of themselves, I can that's kind of. But with you, I can vividly picture the situation that you're putting yourself in. I mean, like I said, the fact that you used when you talked about exhibition of sex and you're talking about like mule kick in the sheetrock. How the fuck did you get mule kick in the sheetrock? Like that, like tell me, like how do you get, I know you have this AP English, kind of way of thinking. You are this honor student English kid in 8th grade, but tell me, like, what do you do to, like, I mean, when you write it, are you writing the jokes on the first draft with these imagery words, or do you take, like, hey, this is too plain, like you said, how can I say this better? Is that a conscious effort to do it, or is it just natural for you to write that way?
I always think it's like, well, I think about it in the most basic way first, and then or if you're trying to explain something violent,
Mm-hmm.
People all know what you could start with,
Mm-hmm.
like someone getting in a fist fight or this or that, slapped, hit, this thing, these very basic things. But then you always think of almost these cartoon versions of like, what would be the most insanely violent thing? If you're like mule kick into a sheetrock,
Yeah.
or like hitting somebody here with a boat oar was another part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like Wahoo Chopped, which was an old wrestling move from 30 years ago. Yeah. That's all in there because I think of like, what's better than just the standard, whatever topic you're on, just the run-of-the-mill, right in the middle. What paints a picture of the most insanely, if it's violent, thing that would happen that's surprising? Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous to see if you saw it in real life. And it already makes me laugh because you can picture it. So it already is like, Jesus Christ, how far do you have to go to that point? And it's already... That's where I sort of go. So I just don't want to say it in a very basic way. So it starts there.
Yeah.
I know what I'm trying to.
I mean, it's genius. It's absolutely genius, and it's very, it's next level. It's next level writing, and I'm trying to figure out how, if I wanted to kind of not mirror what you do, but if I wanted to kind of make my jokes more intellectual sounding, what would you say I should start doing? Like, what are some of the things that you do to keep like this great way of vast vocabulary? I mean, what are some of the things that you do to make sure that your words are post high school kind of words kind of thing?
I always just like find like don't say it the standard way. Just don't say any whatever it is always try to find, I don't know, something a little more surprising. So I don't even really know my own formula for it, other than just saying, there's just a better way of saying it. If there's a fist fight, there's a better way of, I don't know. The standard way, unless that's the setup, you need to convey there's a fist fight or something like that to get to something else that's more interesting. Needs to be more extreme. It's sort of surprising and funny. So it's just something they never could have seen coming.
Yeah.
So I try to do that with words, like that bit you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's Wahoo Chop, where someone gets hit in the ear with a boat oar.
Yeah.
Or mule kick them to drywall or sheetrock. By the way, I've had debates about that, like that line, which way if it goes, mule kick in a drywall, mule kick in a sheetrock.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like, so I just played those two. What's the best way to say it? And so, but I mean, I always like just some extreme version, but I don't like have I don't know if I have any process. I think my brain just naturally goes that way now. Like, what's the standard way to say it? Ridiculous. What makes the picture that makes me laugh?
Yeah.
Of like, what would I like to see? Because I think life is boring in a lot of ways, and we never see these things, the things we describe in jokes. So if it happened, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I always imagine that of like, how do we get there? Instead of someone just fist fighting,
Yeah.
or whatever, it goes